Let's talk about the progress on the Pendleton oil mill, Frank. It looks like there's a lot more stuff has been hauled away and it's coming down and lights are opening up a little bit. Where are we on that?
Well, here is where we are as far as we know it to be. The man who was over that project has had double pneumonia, and he's also undergoing cancer treatment for some cancer he has, and chemo. So he's been real sick, and he pulled all his equipment out of there. We understand he decided to do that rather than leave his crew in there. He just wanted to oversee it, what we're told, just to be sure it's done right. So that's the information we have. What we're hearing is that he should be back in there within about 3 weeks, and that's all we really know about it. We've been receiving information from his wife via email. So that's where we're at right now. We're hoping that you know, what he says is correct, and they're coming back in there and finish the job soon. So we'll see.
Well, I know, just even though since like the end of last year, there's been some progress, though. You can see a lot more.
Yeah, they took a lot of it down, so they have made a good deal of progress, and got you know, they've been taking down stuff and packing up the wood and reselling it. They're selling it all over the world. So they've done a lot of good work in there, but you know, right now it doesn't. Yeah, slowed down.
Remind people what y'all hope to eventually do with that property once it's completely cleaned up.
Well, you know, we haven't made any big decisions on that. You know, I think it'll probably need to get rezoned because it's zoned light industrial right now. So we'll probably rezone it to something like conservation open space till we decide what can be done. And also there are probably some limitations as to what can be done there, just given the nature of the the previous use of it. And you know, whether or not there's any sort of contamination of any kind that may be an issue. And I don't think there is, but we don't know that for sure. We have some, you know, we have a report that we got from EPA that details what they found, you know, but it may be restricted a little bit as to what can be done there. I don't know. But, you know, that whole Main Street area there is something we're hopefully going to be looking at and doing some planning on, because I think that's the next logical expansion area of the downtown business area, because we're seeing it go that way now a little bit. And I took part in the Riley Design Fellowship with several other mayors in South Carolina a few days ago, and this is an endowment that came from former Mayor Charleston, Joe Riley, and got to meet with him, and he shared a lot of interesting ideas and concepts with me. And I tried to focus on that exact thing during my time there. That was sort of my project, if you will, when I was there, the vision that I was wanting to work on. So we looked at several options, and I hope that we'll, you know, pull something nice together for that area, and that would really enhance that area and make it more walkable, put in, you know, better lighting and just increase the walkability of it, and kind of connect that whole side over there more with the downtown.
What other downtown projects are going on?
Well, we've got kind of a, you know, adding on to the downtown master plan that we already executed. We've got the North Mechanic Street project, which is going to hopefully make that area more walkable. We're putting in sidewalks and bike lanes, and we want to do some work over there, and that's already been started, so to speak, as far as getting the ball rolling on it. So we're that, and also West Queen, same thing there. So we're going to be enhancing that whole area to kind of match the downtown here and what you see here. So hopefully make it more walkable, more attractive, and more pedestrian friendly, and hopefully enhance that area over there as well. It's sorely needed. I think it's time we spend some money over there on that side of town and do some good things there.
Well, how important is this walkability? You know, when you and I grew up, we walked everywhere.
Yeah, well, we were a little different, I guess. But the walkability is very important, and also, you know, just having handicap access is very important. And that's something sometimes we forget about, but some of us aren't as fortunate as others. And, you know, we want to make sure that the people that aren't as fortunate are able to go and do things too. And we've gotten a lot of good comments on what we've done here, so that folks that aren't able to walk can still, if they're in a wheelchair or some other, one of the little electric scooter things or whatever, they can go where they need to go downtown here and share in the fun and excitement here.
Are there any other businesses you're hoping you can bring downtown? You are still trying to?
Yeah, we're always, trying to promote the downtown, and honestly, the downtown's kind of filling up, so that's why you're seeing it expand a little bit. But we're looking forward to, next to us here right now, the Rain Zone Exchange, that should be coming in, which is going to be a nice restaurant with rooftop seating. And there's some other things in the works too that I won't go into just yet, but I think we're going to see some other nice projects maybe coming to fruition here downtown.
One of the other challenges I think we've talked to in all the other towns we're talking about is housing. How's the housing market looking here?
Well, it's don't have to really say it. Everybody knows there's a lot of growth, and of course, the housing market nationwide is kind of tough because there's not a lot of inventory. So basically, anything they can build right now, they're selling. And we're seeing a lot of that growth. A lot of that's due to a lot of the efforts of the county, to bring in a lot of economic development, with Arthur-X and, TTI, Ryobi, and so on and so forth. And, Clemson University and Tri-County Tech and Anderson College and, even District 4 here, schools, they've been instrumental in that growth because you got to have all those things because that's what manufacturers look for. Give a lot of people a chance to stay here in this area and have a good job. So I think one of the best things you can do for anybody is give them a job. It helps us all. So that's the reason you're seeing a lot of growth, I think, some of it. And then the word's out about this place. It's a nice place to live, and you know that because you've lived here as long as I have. And it's just a great place to be here in Pendleton, South Carolina, and the whole Southeast for that matter, if you ask me.
How about housing projects? I know there are a lot of people making proposals. Is there anything coming that you can talk about? Any numbers of houses or anything?
No, well, we've got a new subdivision that has got the preliminary approvals on it going in down at 187 and 76 on Bickford Circle in that area. So that's one. And I'm sure we'll probably get another request or two before it's over down in that area. Downtown here, we don't have anything working right now. I mean, we've got some things I guess we're looking at, but we don't have anything, that's for certain coming in downtown. And we want to be really careful with this area anyway because, we don't want to change the historic character of Pendleton. And so anything right here in the downtown, we're going to be real careful about it. I think we'll see some, but I don't think it'll be as much of it here as probably other places or on the edge of town.
Well, y'all have been careful even with some of the outlying areas to make sure you get the right kind of development in there, right?
Yeah, as much as we can. It's some of those areas are just a little different, and you have to keep that in mind about it. But one of the things we need to make sure is that we do have enough affordable housing for people. So what's affordable and what's not, I guess would be something we could debate a little bit because the cost of housing keeps going up. So, we want to maintain affordable housing, things that people can afford. I guess from a tax-based standpoint, we'd all like to see $1 million houses here in Pendleton, but we can't do that. We need to have a good mixture. So,
what about the growth of the expanded area of Pendleton out on the highway? What all's going on out there? Anything?
Well, it just continues to grow, basically. But it's we've got a new we're certain we've got a new Ingles coming in out there, and I'm hearing we got a Zaxby's coming in a Circle K. So we're going to see a little more commercial growth coming in there too, as well as we're going to continue to see houses there because that's a convenient place for people to be. You got access to major thoroughfares out there, be it 76 or 187 and I-85 on down there. You're close to everything, so it's a popular place for people to go. And a lot of people like the smaller lot sizes and higher density, I guess, because they don't want a big yard. And, they just they want that kind of a home.
What about industrial economic development? Any news or anything growing from there?
Not really that I can say other than down the street from us, you know, as far as Arthur X and that kind of thing. I know they're getting going on a expansion there, so that's going to bring more people. You know, we recently had a company called Ortec come into Pendleton. They annexed into town. They like to be a big part of the community, and that's good. So they're good to have here. We're really glad we have them. And but other than that, we don't have really much of that going on here. Not in town, I'd say. It's all around us, but not here.
Right.
Yeah.
What about recreation? What about, you were talking about walking here? I know somewhere in the Long Range there may be trails that connect Anderson and Clemson and Pendleton and everything. Anything else recreation-wise y'all are looking into?
Well, we're looking at that as far as the recreation goes. We're trying to improve our recreation all the time, because that's a very good thing to have for people, and you know, not only for young people, but just recreation for young folks like me and you. Even though we're getting a little older now, right? But depends on what your definition of that is.
Put a paddleball court out
there. It's a little different. My definition of it was a lot different than it used to be, but yeah. So recreation is another thing for us to look at. It's another priority we have. Of course, we've got a lot of those things, and some of those things are things you don't even see, you know, like infrastructure. But we certainly want to look at that, and we're open to doing most anything there that we can, if we can bring in the money to do it, to improve recreation. You know, if it includes partnering with maybe another city, like maybe Clemson or somebody.
I know you had talked about redoing the gym over there. Is that still something y'all are looking into?
Yeah, still looking at it. We're looking at now to try to get a accurate study done on it, and we have one proposal. We're trying to look at another one, so we're trying to get an accurate study done to see exactly what it's going to cost and what it's going to take to do it. So we're kind of in the dark a little bit on it now as to what it's really going to take to fix it completely. In the meantime, we just want to hopefully keep it from getting any worse, because, you know, the longer it sits, the worse it'll get.
And we're about to move into one of the biggest days of the year, biggest weekends of the year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, let me tell a little bit about the Spring Jubilee this year.
Yeah, well, you know, we're looking forward to it. It's a great event every year, and we have a lot of vendors that come to it, and it's handcrafted things, which is what makes it kind of special. It's not somewhere you're going to go and see the Ginzu knife being sold, and, you know, the special mops and things like that, but it's a great event because you do see some really quality stuff here for that people can buy, and that brings a lot of people in. And we have a lot of entertainment with it. So besides the vendors, you're going to have, you know, some good music and local entertainers and that sort of thing. So, and a lot of good food. You know, there'll be food trucks and food vendors, and then besides that, we have, of course, all our local restaurants right here. So it's right in the middle of it. So you've got, you know, all of these, like the Blue Heron, and, you know, the Mexican restaurant we have over here, the bakery, you know, Mama Ray's ice cream. You know, we've got all of this right here. So it's a nice little event to come to, and, you know, it's a very pedestrian-friendly event, so you can come here and walk around and just have a good time.
It's ranked as one of the top festivals in the Southeast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's always a good time. Everybody loves it.
You think it's going to completely return to the pre-pandemic levels this year with all the vendors and everything? Is it looking?
Yeah, I think this year will be a big year. You know, given the numbers, the COVID numbers have dropped off significantly. You know, I think a lot of people will be out for it. I think there's a lot of pent-up, you know, demand for that. So I think we'll see that in just travel in general.
Anything else event-wise coming up between now and summer?
Well, other than Spring Jubilee, that would definitely be the biggest one, for sure. I mean, we'll have some other smaller events, and you know, we try to keep things going, you know, and keep things happening around here. But that's going to be the big one.
And we talked about it last year, and I think we'll talk about it again when we get together in June. But don't y'all do a concert series during the summer too? Right.
Well, that's sort of what I was alluding to with that. But we'll probably bring in some bands, have some concerts, and that's always a lot of fun to be here on the green. And you know, on any weekday or weekend, this is a great place just to come walk around and enjoy it.
Anything else you and council are working on right now that you can talk about?
Well, there's a lot of things. You know, I think we're on the road to doing a lot of good things. We've got 2 new members on council, and we've got a really good town council there that they all love Pendleton. They want to see good things and do good things. So I'm enjoying working with the council we have, and we're going to keep moving forward.
And looks like the water and sewer project's coming together finally, so that's going to be good for the town, right?
It's going to be good for the town, and it's going to be good for the county, and be good for Clemson. So I think it's a win for all of us. It's great that we have Clemson and the county to be partners with us in that, because it would be really tough to do it on our own, all of that. And it's going to be a really a big thing for us. I think in the long run, it's going to be huge for our town to have that.
Anything else that people need to know about Pendleton coming into the summer here?
I really can't think of anything. Not really. Just come see us. It's a great place. We've got a lot of things to do and see, and of course, the history. We haven't really mentioned the history, but Pendleton's oldest town in the upstate. It was, been here for, well, we had our 225th anniversary in 2015, so there's just a lot of history to see here. And the Historical Foundation, they do a great job. We've got places you can tour in this area, Ashtabula Plantation, and of course Woodburn, and even all of this right here in town. Yeah, I mean, just look to the right of us. So we got the Farmer Society building, and just so much history right here all around us. So we hope people will come enjoy it.